tool. And that's why it didn't look right. So now I put the right tool in. Is this interesting?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I put it back here. I zero it. I'm going to move over 120. And I'm kind of weird about accuracy. Engage the drive. Bring it up to speed. Get my zero. Engage it. And then I just count to 120. This DRO is everything.
Fucking everything. I can totally see that.
117.6 and boom, 1200. Back it out to a negative on the x-axis, meaning it's away from the work. Move to 240. Look at the z-axis, bring it close to the work, close to positive 0. And then put the lever in.
Is that resetting the backlash?
There is no backlash because I measure, with this DRO, measures the actual position. So even though there's backlash in the mechanism, my readings are completely backlash free. And I can ignore backlash. Okay, so there we go, we did that one. Now I move over to 360. See, that's the thing about getting a proper DRO and everything. Right now I'm taking tenths off, there I am. Do the work in close because I don't want to wait forever to get there. The only reason I use the power feed for this is just it's a short, easy cut. It helps you make it exact, and that's cool. This would be much more important with a metal. And I kick it off.
Yeah, I was watching. I've watched power feed now. It's really cool.
And then I bring it back out negative. I go to 480. So basically, what I do is I'm getting pretty good at that. I move it over 120 at a time, which leaves 60 for the tool and 60 for the gap, and then I cut 120 deep. So that's that square concept, right?
Sure.
I get it close, move a little bit with the crank, bring it out negative. From 480 I go to 600. So crazy. I always shoot for tenths accuracy, or tenths, 10,000ths of an inch, right? The 4 digits. But I realize it's not going to be exactly on that, but it's definitely going to be way sub thousandths. And for handwork, I think that's pretty fucking admirable. Get it close to 120.
Yeah, that accuracy, well, I mean,
well, yeah, that definitely though. Now take the clutch off here. And so that's all it took to cut down the outside of the bead. How cool is that?
No, it's a fucking brilliantly simple design.
Then I rough down the exterior. And there is a temptation to leave the blender on, but it's best to turn it off. All
right. That's another cool thing, is the short work you're making now of putting the hole in it.
Always helps to be able to see what the fuck you might be doing. And that has to be done by eye.
Yeah, you haven't looked at that little video yet, you have, huh?
No, but I'm not exactly sure how well that'll work. Now I get this end of the hole. He said.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And what's that?
Something that's being held steady like that. I said, what a pleasure to stand something that's being held steady like that.
I've learned to try to finish as much as I can before I cut off. And so that's why for the last couple hours I was finishing the back sides. But the back sides, since I've got most of the work finished, really just need to be the back and the inside mostly.
Yeah.
So I also realized I can advance the work further out if it's on a big rod of stock and get away from the, see, I don't know if you can see, but I'm further away from the chuck.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that.
Almost feels like the rod is flexing or something. So I am pretty far out. Almost feels like the rod is flexing, but I am pretty far away from the chuck. The piece is hanging out in the air quite a bit. So what I'm doing right now is getting in the grooves, but more so I'm sanding down the edges of the lands there so they have that smooth and kind of organic feel. Now, I used to cut off and I would say to myself, well, oh man, I gotta stop cutting myself. I used to say, it doesn't matter how accurately I cut off, I could always face the other end. But I'm much more precise about it now because I realize I